Hey you folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to a live stream episode of Let's Play Some Democracy 3. We just recently picked up the Clones and Drones DLC, which I have not played yet. It's the third DLC for Democracy 3. Adds more decisions, that sort of thing. Didn't add any more countries, but that's because a lot of people just prefer to mod in the countries. Did do a straw poll, and people elected that we should play as Canada, and we're going to make a technocratic... what did I call it? Technocratic nightmare state is what I'm going to do. So Canada's going to go full cyborg. Of course, I am personally the robot god king of Canada, so I will be, we'll call it the robot god king party, because I think that's pretty good. It's going to be up against the, there should be like the humanist party. The organic party. Silly, squishy organics. So we're going to play with 5-year terms and no term limit, although we'll probably stop after a couple of terms, depending on time. I do want to allow enough time to get in another multiplayer game, but we'll get that going. We could fiddle with some of these meters here. We'll bump the difficulty up a bit. That's what we'll do. Difficulty will probably already be pretty difficult because we're going to not play a particularly friendly government type. So, we are the Prime Minister / God King, Robot God King of Canada. The lives of all 33.5 million citizens are in my hands. Let's go ahead and get things started. Apparently we have lynch mobs, or vigilante mobs. Holy cow. Do we ever? It's being reduced by police forces and CCTV, but we have huge amounts of crime, apparently. Really? The crime icon? We got organized crime, antisocial behavior, alcohol abuse. Well, we should ban alcohol to start off with, right? Or something. What are we gonna do? We're gonna work on technology first because we are the robots. I'm gonna take a look to see if we can quickly see some new ideas. International Fusion Research Project, that looks new. Drone Strike Act, that is new. Synthetic Meat Research Grant, nice. Test tube meat. What else? Oh, we should do a space program eventually, not right now. Robotics research grant, obviously. Home fabrication with 3D printers, that's new. Vertical farms, I can't remember if that's new or not. I disabled all my downloaded mods just to make sure I wouldn't get confused about things. Mars program is new. Rare earth metal mining, that's new. Wow. Mandatory microgeneration. Dun, 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 dun. Internet currency taxation. We're going to tax bitcoins? I believe that's new. Automation tax, I think was in the last version, but I'm not sure. Dun, dun, dun. Public services. How about mandatory cyborg improvements? Climate change adaptation fund. I think that's new. Huh. Just trying to see what stands out. There's supposed to be new events and everything. I like the police drones. We're definitely going to use those. Basically like the Terminator era, or like we're secret Borgs or something like that. I'm not sure. But I'm going to play with maximum paranoia. I wish that there was an option to like ban elections, right? Martial law, ban elections. Then people don't have to be happy. You just have to make sure you don't get assassinated. Anti-gravity research? I think the electric cars initiative is new as well. Dun, dun, dun. Driverless car law. Manufacturers encouraging the government to allow it. And I would like to allow it, obviously. Nice thing about driverless cars is if humanity starts to rise up in rebellion, you can just have their cars smash into them. Monorail. Monorail's not new, but we'll probably have to build it just because it fits in. Oh, I was already looking at the transport grants. Okay. So, good stuff. What else we got here? That's the antisocial behavior, which can be compensated with police force, and the CCTV cameras. I think what we'll probably do is end up maxing out the CCTV cameras, put out the police drones, get all that stuff going on. We got some organized crime. That'll probably get worse if we ban alcohol. But first things first, we need to get... do we have tech grants out already? That's that. We'll probably switch over to full evolution soon. No, I don't think so. Where were the technology grants? Non-public services. Economy? I don't remember where anything is. Maybe you already have it. Hold on. It's not there. Recycling infrastructure. Robotic research grant. We probably already have it. Sometimes I can't see things, though. No, it wouldn't be public services. Oh, technology colleges, which is good, too, and we may want. We must already have it, and I'm just not seeing it. Under transport. What's this? Microgeneration grants. Okay, good. What is this? Industrial automation? Cool. Yeah, we do have technology grant. What's the icon for that? Hand with the gear. I was sure that was in this area. Oh, it's here. Did it not used to be here before? Maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably getting confused with stem cell research or something. Right. Technology grants. We're already set to pretty high, actually. Okay, maybe we won't mess with that. It's already pretty expensive. We got a deficit of $6 billion a quarter, which is, wow, we have a lot of debt. Holy cow! I bet you our biggest expense is not the debt interest. We probably have a relatively decent credit rating or something. Huh? What do people want to do first? Oh, may I have pea meal bacon? Yeah, the thing, it's funny, because, like, what people call, like, Canadian bacon, it's not, like, when we have bacon in Canada, it's mostly just, like, streaky bacon. The same sort of bacon you would get in the States. If you just ordered bacon in the States, you would get the same bacon that we get in Canada. What you call Canadian bacon, we call pea meal bacon, which is quite good. And yes, if you're a UKian, then our normal bacon here in North America is, I think, what you call streaky bacon. What is this thing? Uncompetitive economy. From poor productivity. Technology grants is helping there. Maternity leave. Once we outlaw sex and replace people with robots, we're not going to need any maternity leave. But for now, it's there. I would like to increase industrial automation. Maybe we should put in some robotics grants. You know what? I think that's going to be the way to start. If we can remember where they were. Robotic research grant. Obviously, we're going to have to start researching how to replace humans with robots. This is going to bring up industrial automation over time and boost up technology. It upsets the trade unionists because robots are going to take their gerbs, but that's okay. All right, that's a good start. Police, CCTV, yeah, because we also need the robots to keep an eye on the pesky humans, right? So, is this CCTV? CCTV, all the things. Costs a little bit more. Not much more. We're already paying $7 million a quarter. So we're going from 0.7 billion to 1 billion, but it's going to help reduce all kinds of crimes and deal with both antisocial behavior and vigilante mobs. Might not eliminate it right away, but it's going to be okay. I don't know if there's we can put any drones in place quite yet. It would be nice. We might want to do the alcohol awareness campaign, which is pretty cheap and help fight against the alcoholism. What else is Roboti? Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Technology colleges, that could be, it's not that expensive. It might be a little early for it. I don't want to spend too much money too fast, of course, which is always a problem. It's definitely too early for anti-gravity stuff. I think we will go and throw out an alcohol awareness campaign and try to reduce alcohol consumption as much as possible. Because our robots are fueled by alcohol, of course. I've watched enough Futurama to see how this goes, so we've got to make sure to save all booze for the robots. I think that'll be it for our first quarter. We're going to save a few points. How is our cabinet? Yeah, not the greatest, but for now they'll do. All right, next turn. We have to appoint the UN ambassador. So, this is our first chance for a straw poll. So we've got two options. We've got the one that's like the patriot, the nationalists and stuff, which tends to, it makes our patriots happier, but it upsets the world stuff and actually hurts our economy slightly. Whereas the other one is very popular on the international stage. Our patriots and nationalists don't like him as much, but he's good for tourism and international trade. So, ambassador. We can go with Wang or White. I mean Johnson. Wang and Johnson. No, wait. One of those. Where's my chat window? Vote! Bam! Vote for which ambassador we should have. You guys can pick the wrong one, or you can pick the right one. There's definitely a right one. But maybe we want to play a different kind of nation. How come I'm not getting any votes? Clicky, clicky. Votey, votey. There we go. 66% for Johnson, which is indeed the correct choice. Looks like a straw poll doesn't update as quickly as it used to. Is the problem. It's coming in more bursty. Just gonna wait for another tick over here. Maybe I'll refresh. 61% for Johnson with 233 votes in. I'm gonna call that one a pretty clear margin for Johnson. Budget deficit of 10 billion, so we've increased our deficit, unfortunately. Human Rights Society. Seriously? Yeah, if we're going to piss off anyone, it'll be the Human Rights Society, which is probably the liberal people. And certainly with all our robot drones and stuff, we're going to upset them. So our economy kind of sucks. So we may want to fix the economy a bit before we go crazy with the robot stuff. I'm just saying. So we could tax some more things. It would be nice to just increase the GDP. Speaking of which, I was doing relatively flat. We could boost it a few different ways. Crimes bring it down. Uncompetitive economy. Well, listen, we need to, well, we are improving productivity over time with our technology grants. We actually may want to max those out, actually. Getting rid of the uncompetitive economy would be incredibly good. What is this? Pollution? Increasing health would be nice, too. That's why we have to replace their organs with computer parts. Get rid of human rights problem by getting rid of all humans, replacing them with robots. That is the long-term goal. For now, though, we need to make some money. So sometimes you got to spend money to make money, of course. We could cancel some expensive things. That's another possibility. Cancel state healthcare. Just get rid of it. Actually, canceling outright would be a disaster, but we could reduce it over time. We do need a military, but we might not need tons of it right now. We could potentially save a little bit of money by bringing down our military. Sort of light defense status. That would save us a couple of $1 billion. Uncompetitive economy is an excellent trait. Why compete when you can dominate? Free meals in school, free eye tests, so we can identify any organs that are worth harvesting. Convert into biofuel for our robots. Taxes are awesome and people must love taxes. I think I'm going to come back on military spending a wee bit. It's always risky. Bad things can happen. But we're going to go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, we're going to hope that all of our tech grants... We could boost it. Actually, I think I will boost it. I'm going to go ahead and boost our tech grants as much as possible. I'll actually lower unemployment a little bit more. Improve our overall technology. Our GDP improves directly, but will also improve indirectly. Indirectly? Really? 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 Indirectly, it will improve because our technology will improve, which helps our GDP. Plus, it can potentially get rid of the uncompetitive economy, which will improve the GDP further. Or at least stop hurting it. And in fact, if we can get to the awesome economy, then we can do that. We're going to want to start our space programs relatively soon, but not quite yet. All right. We've got Luddite riots. Armed religious communities. This is awesome. I've never seen this. Debt protection laws. So we need to decide if we're going to allow debt collectors to be kind of aggro about it. Which makes capitalists relatively happy, and I think technically improves the economy of Scooch. Or we can limit it, which is better for liberals and socialists and helps poor earnings, I think. So debt agencies, question mark, we can limit or allow. Boom, boom, boom. New straw poll link coming now. Vote, vote, vote. Bam. Clicky the link. Votey the vote. Dim, 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 dim. Yeah, I've never seen these events. This is going to be fantastic. I'm super excited. I guess we're going to have like anti-government survivalist people. The robots are out to get us. They're going to put microchips in our brains. We know they're thinking that because of the microchips we put in their brains already. It's really funny that I can sell these picks differently. Like last time we played, I definitely sold that we should go limit for sure. Because it's the right thing. Although we were playing liberal socialists too, so that helps. It was very in line with our government decision types. Because now people are voting in favor of allowing, not a massive margin, just a 10% margin. Although that's pretty significant usually in an election. And then let it go one more tick here. Yeah, the update, the refresh rate on straw poll have definitely gone down considerably. Yep, still a 10% margin towards allow, so we're going to go ahead and allow the agencies to operate. Luddite, oh my god! Nothing to max. The increasing level of automation in our society has led to a high concern among low-skilled for their jobs. The result is a wave of Luddite-style violence and sabotage against high-tech corporations who have automated people's jobs. So unemployment is increasing this. The number of people in the trade unionists is currently causing this to go up. Industrial automation is causing it to increase. Our technology increases it. Wage and education brings it down. So the better people are paid, the less they're bothered if robots are taking sort of, the ditch digging jobs, for example. And the more educated people as well, because they're probably, educated people are probably getting the jobs to, design robots, for example. So, And crime, there's no way, we can't just counter this with police. Maybe some sort of, tech education. Some religious communities all over the country began to arm themselves and take justice in their own hands. This situation causes concern and unrest amongst both moderate religious people and non-believers, leading to a rise of sectarian violence and criminal behavior. This is being caused by... maybe this was already in the game, but because this is not caused by technology. It's being caused by high crime, by the handgun laws, so probably if we banned the guns, they wouldn't be able to arm themselves, and the mood of religious people. The religious people are hating me right now. So that's what's causing them to do it. So if we lowered crime, that might be enough. If we got the religious people to like me more, that might be enough. If we banned guns, I don't know if we're going to get the religious people. I don't know. Maybe we can make some sort of robot religion. Blah, blah, blah. All right, we definitely have to tackle the deficit, because if we lose some of our credit rating, the problem is we'll quickly get in a spiral that we can't get out of, because our debt interest, if our credit rating drops by 1, our interest rate will go up, which means we'll be paying more on debt, which means our deficit will be bigger, and it'll be this non-stop loop. So we really do need to improve that. Hopefully the GDP actually ticked down. For why? Technology grants should actually be improving it, no? It is. Slowly, it is bringing it up. The world economy may have gotten slightly worse. Let's check the... where's the news screen? Is it this? Global economy is doing well. I actually don't know why the GDP dropped. Foreign investor tax breaks is improving GDP. Crime productivity. Well, we might want to just fight crime some more. The trick will be fighting crime without having to spend too much more money. Oh, do we have community policing? Because that one's really good. And cheap. There we go. Community policing. We'll cap that out. Oh, that. It's worth the money. It's well worth the money. Actually makes liberals happier. It increases liberalism, which I don't know if we want. Decreases racial tension, violent crime, antisocial behavior, and alcohol abuse gets fought back really tough. Actually, if that might be enough to get rid of alcohol abuse, that would be huge. That would help us out quite a bit, actually. That's not the button I wanted. This is the button I wanted. Ban religion except for Shinto. Yeah, we may have wanted to tackle the economy. This happened before, right? Where we try to get, we've got this sort of fun idea for a country, but we don't work on the basics yet. You gotta sneak it in there. Rare earths mining, that can be very expensive. We're gonna need it because we need the rare earth magnets to power our servos or something. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways we can spend money to make money long term, but in the meantime, ouch, Drone Strike Act. We could cut back on healthcare a little bit. It's probably a bad idea, but right now, we do have a private healthcare, so if we did drop back on state healthcare, it would increase, private healthcare would come up to compensate. I don't think I want to do that. I think I'm going to do something that doesn't cost me any money, which is evolution only. Piss off the religious even more, but they already hate me, so they can have their stupid gated religious communities. It doesn't really make a difference. It doesn't help our science or anything. Right, this is just a way to control whether people become liberal or religious, so maybe that's not the right way to do it. I can make the religious people like me a lot more if I took down the abortion law a notch. That's probably the biggest thing they hate about me, yeah. And the thing is, we don't have to ban abortion. Right now, anyone can get an abortion whenever they want. If I tick it down to just, as long as 2 doctors approve, this takes the religious disapproval from here to there instantaneously. And I think that might actually be a really good idea. Because if the religious people like me, then they'll maybe stop doing their armed communes of death. I think that's a good call. I'm going to go ahead and do this for now. We're gonna try to do some basics. We're going to try to make a few people hate us a little bit less and try to improve the economy a bit more if we can. Uncompetitive economy actually went up. Is productivity dropping? Productivity did drop. 'Cause why? Oh, Luddite riots are not helping. Right. Okay. Fair enough. I think we're going to leave it as is. Maybe we can introduce a new tax. Automation tax. We definitely don't want to do that. That would be silly. Maybe a luxury goods tax. I think this can cause a brain drain, though. Which is less than ideal. I'll just try to raise like a couple of billion a quarter with the luxury goods tax and hope that doesn't lead to a brain drain. Let's cross our fingers. If need be, we'll cancel it. Superhero question mark? News stations are buzzing with reports that a caped man has been fighting crime in our cities. Apparently a number of high-profile arrests have been unofficially attributed to the masked stranger. It's a sign of how bad things have become on our streets that citizens are turning to superheroes for help. But it's lowering crime and violent crime, so I can't complain about that. Crime is indeed dropping. Deficit, not quite as bad as it was. We don't have a brain drain, which is nice. Luxury good tax will actually increase equality. Alright. Our deficit is basically back closer to where we started. Still not great. The armed religious communities did drop down because the religious people don't hate me quite as much as they used to anymore. Vigilante mobs going away. Alcohol abuse still very high. Antisocial behavior almost gone. Organized crime is still pretty damn high. I think we're going to need some wiretapping and stuff. What do you guys think? So what we need to do, I think ultimately it's going to be conservatives who are going to like us because we're going to lock things down quite a bit. And, you know, human rights, who needs those? So I think the conservatives will eventually be our friends. So about 50% of our population is conservative, but also about 50% are liberal. So we may want to drop liberal membership and increase conservative one. I don't know what forces increase that, though. Community policing is bringing it down. The handgun laws. Yeah, here's another thing we can do. Oh! So by restricting... Oh, no, this is no limit on guns. It increases armed religious communities. If we go ahead and, like, ban all guns... We don't have the right, or we don't have the political capital. But what if we ban all guns, you guys? Only the robots obviously can handle guns. We want to take it out of the hands of the humans. That way it'll be easier to take over the society. Banning guns will greatly lower violent crime, pisses off the liberals and the patriots. Parents become happy. It makes fewer people be liberals, and it helps fight against the armed religious communes. I think that's what we might do, so we have to make sure we've saved enough political capital. Our max is 46 right now. We'll get 23 per turn, so we'll actually cap out. I didn't get a crash or anything. We're still good. Yeah, I just heard a weird sound. I think we will ban guns, so we're going to wait next turn. We're going to ban all guns. It'll make it easier to subdue the humans. The Freedom of Information Act. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that we want to reject it in this game. Humans can't know our secret takeover plans, so we're going to reject this. It'll further piss off the liberals, but they're already going to hate us anyway, so that's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Budget deficit is now below 7 billion, so that's improving a little bit. Although, I mean, our debt is still growing, but our deficit is dropping, so things are moving in the right direction. I will go ahead and ban all guns. We could also, like, just have restricted controls, which is very close. Ban all guns. I'm pretty sure that's what people want. Let's do a straw poll, just to make sure that my robots in the Twitch chat agree with me. Ban guns. Total ban. Strict control. Leave as is, or permit fully. No limit, I suppose it's called. No limit. I'll put on the multiple choice. And we'll let people vote on that. Gun law. Vote. There you go. Total ban and strict control are leading the way with total ban. Yeah, I think I like our idea. We're gonna ban guns completely. Keep them out of human hands. Double check over here. Yeah, 70% for total ban. Okay. Boop. No more guns. That used up 100% of our political capital. We will need to shuffle our cabinet at some point because right now they are not contributing that much. And yeah, this welfare minister really hates me. I think we might shuffle them around next turn. We'll see how it goes. I'm out of political capital, so I can't do anything else right now. No more antisocial behavior. We do have the brain drain. No more armed religious communities. Brain drain is very bad, though. Yeah, and it's mostly the luxury goods tax. Also the Luddite riots. Ugh, the Luddite riots. So this is terrible. And the reason I was thinking, I probably shouldn't do this, but let's give it a try. Maybe if I keep it low, we're going to cancel the luxury goods tax and hope that's enough to cancel the brain drain. It may not be. Because that's the problem. Once it kicks in, it's much harder to get rid of. It looks, though, yeah, without a luxury goods tax, we should settle back down to this level over here. So we're going to cross our fingers that that goes away. And that's pretty much all our political capital. You know what? Let's reshuffle the cabinet. It's going to cost the rest of it. There was too many people who were totally unhappy. So we are doing, foreign policy first. So someone with a high number who likes foreign policy. Like this guy. Welfare. Someone with a high number who likes the welfare job. 4.8 and likes welfare. Economy. 4.7 likes economy. Taxes. Is it tax or economy? It is tax. So 3.8, 4.4, but not tax. Only one person. She wants to do tax, but she hates me. All right. Ella, not great. Her loyalty is not huge, but we'll go ahead and do that anyway. Public service or public policy. Martha might be a great pick over there. Law and order. $3.8 for law and order. 4.3 higher loyalty, more experience, good. And then a transport minister. 4.4, but he doesn't want a transport job. 3.7 wants a transport job. Or 3.9. She's aligned with liberals and parents, which will make liberals and parents like me more, but the fact that liberals don't like me will make her like me a little bit less. Okay, so we're going to have more political capital per turn, theoretically. Oh, we have a decision! Oh, how are we going to safeguard our oil supplies? Are we going to send in the troops or not deploy troops? So, it's an interesting question, because, and I'm going to put it up here. Oil supplies. Yes, troops. No. It's an interesting question because we are robots, and certainly we're going to need to lubricate our joints with oil. But it's also, you know, potentially going to look bad internationally. Yeah, see, the fuzzy one says robots need fuel. And that's probably true. Now, they are going to be mostly powered by alcohol. But yeah, we need some loyalty. Yes, troops is winning easily. So we're going to go ahead and send in the troops. This is why we have the military, although we did cut back on it slightly, save some money. Speaking of money, we have none. And we have no political capital. Next turn. Vigilante mobs is gone. Unemployment is going up quite a bit. Education is dropping. We got a celebrity endorsement, which is nice. That is some high unemployment. Vigilante mobs going away is quite nice. Alcohol abuse is dropping. Brain drain is dropping. Organized crime is still where it is, which is kind of annoying. Luddite riots. I don't know. There's got to be something we can do about this. Is there some sort of PR campaign for robots we can put in? Robot PR. Compulsory work for the unemployment. That will drop unemployment. Mansion tax. Right, we canceled that tax. That's right. Organ donation. Technology colleges, I bet you will help to decrease unemployment because people can be, or there's, I was going to say adult education subsidies. They're relatively cheap, and I bet you this, well, increases education and productivity. Let's max that out. I was hoping it would decrease unemployment. Technology colleges, I mean, we're still spending money, which is not necessarily great. Education technology, state employees. Higher education means less Luddite riots. So we'll try to make people... Oh my god, that deficit. I think we're going to lose, guys. We might have to... the GDP is just crashing. Absolutely crashing. The brain drain is killing us. So we should never put in... Did I not cancel the luxury goods taxes? Son of a bitch. Oh, no. It's gone. I can't click on it. So I think it's gone. It is. Maybe it takes time to fade away. I'm fading away. I think we're gonna go bankrupt. Yeah, credit rating downgraded. Now we're boned. Now we're boned, because we're gonna get into a debt spiral we can't get out of. We're gonna have to start this one again, I think. And play it, you know, a little less insane. A little less psycho robot right away. We're gonna have to fix the economy first, using the normal ways we normally fix an economy. Then we'll increase education. Then we'll sneak in the robot uprising. Yeah, extradite the subject. I don't think it matters. How's the debt? 41. We can't get out of this. We're going to go bankrupt. All right, let's start over right away. Let's make some robots again. New game. Same thing. And we'll bump up the difficulty a little bit, which you had before. The Robot God King Party. But this one's going to be a little bit more secret. This is the benevolent Robot God King. The Squishy Organics Party. Alright. Step 1, fix the economy. Alright. So we're back where we were. We still have the uncompetitive economy, and we still want to compete with that with the tech grants, which you already have. I'm going to go ahead and cap them out. Helps lower unemployment, improves technology, GDP, productivity, capitalism. Or capitalists make happy. And less religious people, which hopefully will be less likely to form a religious compound. I'm going to go ahead and put in the community policing. Relatively cheap way to do this. It's not that cheap. But we're going to try to eliminate the antisocial behavior and alcohol abuse as quickly as possible. We'll see how it goes. Right, and we have this rail strike, which is not good. Now, the best way to solve this is with some rail subsidies increase, which costs money. Quite a bit of money, so we're not going to do that. What else is important to do early on? There was something else. Some of these things are really, really good. I think gated communities are actually a pretty easy way to get a lot of stuff done. The adult education subsidies, I think, were also pretty good, actually. More education, more productivity. Third goal. We're going to try to get rid of the uncompetitive economy right away. We may max police forces, but not quite yet. Oh, our deficit only starts at like 3 billion. Oh my god. That's the intelligence services, which we will do. The police force. Police force can be pretty expensive to raise, but it's pretty strong. I'm not going to do it quite yet. I think I'm going to save my my political capital. We're going to go to the next turn. We lost our credit rating right away, which is going to increase our deficit right away, which is bad. Traffic congestion, uncompetitive economy. Which is on the drop, which is good. Do we have stem cell research? It's nuclear. We need stem cell research. It's really good, really cheap. Is it under here? Stem cell research. Oh, we need like... How many points we need? 45! Does our limit allow us to go there? Maximum is 54, yes. I can spend a tiny bit, but not much. I should get 27 next turn. Actually, just because some of the ratings might go down, I'm not going to spend anything, and then I'm going to enact the stem cell research, which is really, really good. We have the armed religious communities right away. We are going to, I think we voted to allow the debt protection agencies last time, so we're going to do that. Let me put in the stem cell research. That way we can... That's how we're going to be sneaky. Instead of going straight to robots, we're going to start with cyborgs. You see? Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Stem cell research, which we're going to max out. Not very expensive. Upsets the religious quite a bit, so I may not even play with the abortion laws this time because they're going to hate me no matter what. Improves health over time. Improves technologies instantly. Massive boost to GDP. That's a lot for the GDP to do directly, but it takes 22 quarters to take effect. So getting stem cell research early is really good, and that'll help with our robot-human hybrids. I think we can all agree. ND Battle Hunter has a great idea. Lobotomize deviants. That's good. We can actually just replace their squishy organic brain with a computerized one inside their body, and then people won't know they've been replaced. It'll be really convenient. We got our superhero event again. Global economy is good. Our deficit is slightly less than it was in the last quarter. The Human Rights Society. God damn. Human rights. Won't anyone think about the robots? Okay. Uncompetitive economy continues to go down as productivity continues to increase. Nice. Higher health will improve our productivity as well, which is nice. Higher education will improve that as well. Like, education affects a lot of things, which is good. So right now we're on the uptick, which is nice. I don't want to make too many changes too fast, which is part of the problem that happened last time. You know, too many changes too fast causes problems. We could go and ban handguns again, which actually might eliminate the religious community. Actually, I maybe should have started that right away. We need more points. I think I'm going to save my points and we'll ban handguns just like last time. Housing expansion. That's a new question. Right. Do we want to allow more houses to be built or not? So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to go ahead and make an executive decision over here. Last time we kept the planning restrictions, which preserved all green field sites because we were playing, you know, social liberal hippies. But now we don't want green spaces. We want to replace everything with pavement and concrete. So we're going to relax the planning laws. More room for our robots to inhabit. Now I should have enough points to go ahead and ban guns completely. Hopefully that will get rid of the armed religious communities. That is 100% of my points. Antisocial behavior is at an end. Obesity has developed. Damn it. And children's food. Well, since obesity is a problem, let's go ahead and regulate children's food. We need to make sure that the next generation of organic workers have the right mix of nutrients, and we're gonna feed them old people is what's gonna happen really. Our budget deficit is only 1.75 billion, so our deficit is almost gone away. If we can turn it into a surplus and reduce our debt, that'd be quite nice, but mostly I'm just hoping that we can improve our credit rating overall. Uncompetitive economy. Ooh, ticked back up as productivity dropped slightly, probably due to obesity. I suspect that health got slightly worse because of obesity. Yeah. The children's food regulation is helping it. We need to get rid of obesity. We can't have these fat humans. We need them for manual labor, so we can't have them be fat. So I think we're going to have to do the changes that make people healthier. So there's a healthy eating campaign, which is one good way of doing it. Another good way of doing it are you can ban junk, or you can tax junk food, which is bad for the poor. On the other hand, you can put in health food subsidies, which increases health, I think helps lower obesity, and is also actually good for the poor. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Yeah. We're going to make healthy food cheaper, so people will prefer it, help drop obesity, improves health, increases poor earnings, and it's relatively cheap to do. And while we're at it, we could also throw in the junk food tax. We'll tax the junk food in order to make the rest of it better. All right, we're going to force people to eat Soylent Green, is really what we're doing. The official government thing. One of our cabinet members is pissed. We got religious condemnation. Vigilante mobs are at an end. We got a slight surplus, which is great. I think now's the time to shuffle our cabinet. So yeah, everyone's kind of ticky. So let's go. Foreign policy. You. Welfare. High ratings for welfare right over here. Economy. We'll start to do some feedback. Here we go. Economy. Tax. High rating and tax. I think that was a hard role to fill last time. I think the cabinets do change, but no one wants the tax roll except you, but you're not particularly loyal. Neither are you or you. So I think we're just going to grab Christopher over here, even though he doesn't really like that role. Public services. Your experience, you like me okay-ish. And you want public services, although so do you. You like me more. Not as experienced, but that's okay. Minister for Law and Order. Let's grab this guy. And a transport minister. Right over here. All right, good. Better cabinet. We still have a few points left over. So obesity should be dropping like a fat person rolling down the stairs. Easy. The religious communities, looks like they'll go away. Alcohol abuse is on its way down. There might still be some more stuff we have to do to ultimately make it go away completely. The uncompetitive economy is still ticking down, but not very well. Productivity is on its way up. Still quite a few turns for some of these other things to kick in. The industrial automation going up is going to keep increasing the chance that we'll get those Luddite riots. Now, I'm going to try to fight that from triggering, because once it triggers, it seems like it's going to be very, very hard to get rid of. But until then, as long as we keep education increasing, we might be able to fight it off. So maybe technology colleges. We need a new generation of people to make super robots. Right? Sound reasonable? Alcohol tax. Yeah, we might do that. Oh, that's right. We were going to do that last time. To save alcohol for our robots. I'm going to implement technology colleges first. More technology. More education. That's going to be good to keep the Luddites down. The technology colleges are actually like brainwashing centers where we convince people that like computers and the internet and video games are really good. We were going to create a product called Steam to encourage people to sit in front of computers all the time, so that way you can send them more subliminal messages. Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. So we'll go to the next turn, then we'll pump up the alcohol tax. Credit rating upgraded, despite the fact that we had a $10 billion budget deficit. All right. Y4, what happened? GDP dropped a little bit. Oh, the global economy is tanking. Okay. So our expenses went up a tick and our income went down a tick. Mostly it's the global economy that is kind of boning us. Our interest rate dropped though because of our increased credit rating, which is good, although it might flip around the other way if we don't improve the situation a little bit better here. Obesity, how you doing? Still dropping. Asthma going up. Well, we're going to fill the sky with pollutants. Okay, armed religious communities is about to disappear, which is good. Cyborg, cyborg, cyborg. Oh, are you doing a draw where the magic word is cyborg? That's great. As soon as obesity disappears, what we'll do is we'll get rid of the health food subsidies. And save ourselves. Well, it's actually hardly counts. It's still increasing health, which is good. So I guess we'll leave it in. It's only 100 million a quarter, which is really not that much. Really need to get this to go away. I could get rid of corporation tax, but that seems foolish. Alcohol tax. Let's crank that. So the poor don't like it and it lowers equality. Increases poverty, which is not good, actually. It's not good. Poverty's actually up on the upswing right now already. What can we safely tax? Recreational drugs. There's actually a fair number of recreational drug users right now. We could tax that. Petrol tax? It's a great idea, actually. There's a car tax. Oh, we already have a petrol tax. We could raise it. Could raise a lot of money. At the highest end, it hurts the GDP, but for a long time, it really has very little effect. We can go all the way up to like, let's call it 40%, and basically not impact the GDP. Environmentalists will like it. Motorists won't. It does decrease car usage, which is actually good for other pollution and congestion problems. I think that's pretty good. Oh! All right, we'll do it next turn. We need more. We need 3 more political capital. Oh, derp. Is there something else we can adjust then while we wait? That'll basically cost all my points. Although I would like to tax that. Public libraries are probably pretty good. We could cancel... Hang on. The religious people already hate me a lot, right? Pretty much. The faith... No, that's university grants. I don't know what's going on there. What's this? School prayer is... Okay, whatever. Faith school subsidies. Oh, I can't cancel it. I can lower it. Save a tiny bit of money. I mean, the faith schools do actually increase education. But also religious tension. And makes more people religious. Alright, we don't really have any points for anything. So, I guess I'll wait next turn and then I'll bump up the alcohol tax. No? No. No. The petrol tax. I could put in something that's costs nothing. Except for political capital. I don't know what that would be, though. Fuel efficiency standards. Actually, that makes everyone happy and it costs nothing. Okay. You know, max out efficiency standards. Lower oil demand, which is good for our GDP, actually. Lower CO2 emissions, which is also good. It does increase car usage in return, but there we go. All right. Let's next turn that. And then raise the petrol tax. No more armed religious communities. A whaling question. We're whalers on the moon. Whaling. Do we resume? Or keep ban on whaling? Voting link is this thing here. Whaling vote. I know there's still a lot of spam chat, but look for the whaling vote in there. Do. So short term, whaling would probably result in an uptick in the economy, but probably, you know, piss off the environmentalists quite a bit. Plus might have other effects. And a short-term boost to the economy is not necessarily the long-term strategy to win. Ooh, we've got about a 50-50 tie going on here. Resume is slightly in the lead, but Keep Ban is catching up. Yeah, and Keep Ban has passed. Still close, though. It's only like a 3% difference. Okay, it's widening to 4% to keep the ban. 4% to keep the ban in place. 2% to keep the ban in place. Wow. You know, let more votes come in here because it's so close. Let's post that link again here. Whaling vote. Posting the link one more time. Make sure everyone has a chance to vote here. Okay, it's now a 6% margin in favor of keeping the ban. 8%. Okay, looks like we're going to keep the ban. 10%. Indeed. Keep ban in place. Okay. Still have that big deficit, but our credit rating hasn't dropped, which is good. Let's take a look at the, what are our graphs here? Yeah, the world economy is still tanking. That is not helping things. The fact that the world economy got worse, but our deficit stayed about exactly where it was, is actually a really good sign. Now, let's go ahead and pump this up to, yeah, again, well, it's 42. The answer is 42. Petrol tax. So that'll go ahead and give us some more money. Most of our points, we could potentially do a little bit more. Whale fuel. I don't think we need whale fuel. We're already going to make it difficult for people to consume the delicious, delicious alcohol that fuels our robot bodies. We do have some political capital. Put in that alcohol awareness campaign, because I think we still have a drinking problem. It's just continuing to drop, but let's go ahead and put in the alcohol awareness campaign. It's relatively cheap, and will help drop alcohol consumption over time. It might not be enough still, but we'll give it a try. We still have some political capital. Organic farming subsidies. Oh, the organics already do all the farming. Consumer rights is cheap. I think it upsets capitalists. Pollution controls can hurt the GDP a little bit. Recycling, though, seems like a pretty good idea. Does cost money, and right now we need to save our money a bit. Robotics research grant. We need this, but not quite yet. It's expensive, it's a little early, and it'll probably lead to the Luddite rebellion. So we have to keep pumping up education levels first. Keep brainwashing people into thinking that technology and robots are good. We keep the country tidy campaign. I don't think it actually has much of an effect on the environment itself, but it makes environmentalists happy, if I recall correctly. Start implementing the police drones, but a little too expensive. I think we need a slightly stronger economy first. Although we do want to start on some of the long-term research relatively soon. Oh, bicycle subsidies. We should probably do that. Or a cycling campaign, which is even cheaper. There we go. Increases health, lowers usage. I like it. Okay. Next turn. Obesity is at an end, which is good. Our oil pipeline was attacked, and we did get a downgrade in our credit rating, which is not a surprise. The GDP is dropping. Education is really very high, though. And their uncompetitive economy is slowly going away, but GDP continues to drop, and I suspect, yeah, the world economy just continues to tank and tank and tank. Our relative GDP, so the relative GDP is, I think, relative to the world economy, has actually gone down a bit, and I think because of the interest rate bump up, hurts things quite a bit. The situation is not dire, but it ain't great. Alcohol abuse is still going down. Asthma epidemic is going to be almost impossible to get rid of until we put different kinds of lungs into people. Productivity continues to climb, though, which is good. Industrial automation slowly going up. Oh, it goes up over time. That's interesting. And as technology increases. Technology is quite high. Technology colleges have not kicked in fully yet, so things will continue to improve. What do people think we should do at this point? Income tax. Well, we already have income tax. Raise, lower? Having too much income tax can lead to a brain drain, but without a luxury tax, it might not quite get there. I mean, we could bump it up. You can get a lot of money from it as well. Rare earth mining. Yeah, I mean, that might be spending money to make money, which is good. But right now, I need the economy. Car tax, remove cars. You know what? Car tax is probably a good idea. Go ahead and do it. I might leave it at medium. Lower more car usage. Yeah, let's tax the hell out of the cars. Okay. There's a royal scandal. Do we support the monarch? Well, since the monarch is the robot god king of Canada, of course we're going to support the monarch. Give me a break. GDP is now on its way up. Small budget deficit, but not much. And also our deficit went down. Now, that's interesting. The world economy continued to tank, but our GDP went up. Not only that, but our actual income went up because of the extra taxes as well. So our relative GDP has improved. Excellent. And we need our credit rating to improve another notch. I mean, it's still an A, which is really, really, really good. But I don't like the fact that our debt overall continues to rise. And that being said, things continue to improve. Uncompetitive economy, still going down. Productivity, still going down. Technology, still going up. Education, still going up. Almost getting close to 100%. Technology colleges are still kicking in. University grants are in place. We could raise them up. Ooh, it's quite expensive, though. And I would really like to pay off a little bit of debt. I think it would be really nice if we could do that. And then we really would be less sensitive to increases in our interest rate. Still, not bad. Does take, well, I guess the car taxes kick in right away, but some of the other things don't change right away. This rail subsidy, you're being a huge pain in the ass. Or this rail strike is being a huge pain in the ass. I'll go ahead and subsidize rails, even though it costs money. I think there's another way. We could change the labor laws. That can lead to other problems. What we could do is we could side to be pro-employer. And basically what we'd do is we'd put in like we could ban strikes on certain services, like for example the rail stuff. Increases the working week, which increases productivity. You know, I kind of like this idea. This is like first step in turning creating the human slaves, basically. Drops wages, wow. Increases productivity. Lower military costs. I guess we didn't do that this time. And teach evolution only. That would get rid of more religious people. Religious people hate me a lot. You know what? That's actually a really good long-term investment. Oh, it takes a lot of points. And yeah, we could lower the military spending to save money, which is not a terrible idea. Okay, I'm going to start by lowering the military spending. It does take a lot of our political capital to do that. I'll leave it on the minimum to keep having the light defensive. And then I'm going to reload our political capital and go to evolution only to try to decrease the number of religious people there are. Simply because they hate me. They'll probably assassinate me. Freedom of information, we're going to reject that proposal, same as last time. Small budget deficit of under $1 billion, which is not bad. 20% of people intend to vote for us. We're halfway through our term. We do need to make people like us a little bit more to get reelected. And that's the other thing we got to remember. We can't go full robot yet. State employees like me a lot. There's a lot of liberals in the country. Has membership been going up? Basically. I'm not sure we can make the liberals like us anymore, and that's kind of a problem. Lots of trade unionists. Damn it, Canada. Tons of socialists, tons of liberals, tons of trade unionists. The best thing might be if we get the socialists to like us a bit more. Because 80% of the population is socialist, so that would improve our popularity dramatically. GDP is on the rise. I wonder if we just provided more subsidies for like rail subsidies and stuff like that. That would probably be pretty effective. Does it affect socialists? No. Really? Socialists don't care about rail subsidies? Are you for reals? Yo. I bet you bus subsidies or free bus passes would probably make socialists really happy. What else? Free school meals? Soylent Green for every child. Let's do this. This has got to make socialists happy. And parents? Socialists, parents, decreases poverty, increases poor earnings. Doesn't actually cost that much. Let's do that. Some people were pointing out that free eye test might be a good idea. Yep, socialists, capitalists and wealthy. Retired. It seems like an overall net gain. And I guess I can find things that are popular with voters. That's actually probably a good idea, right? If we look through here, anything that has a high popularity with voters is something that's going to affect positively a lot of people. Rent control. That would make socialists insanely happy. It might tank the economy. Food stamps. Consumer rights is pretty cheap. I'm worried about anything that might hurt the GDP, though. Home fabrication grant. Little maker robots in every home. That sounds like a great idea. It lowers international trade and hurts foreign relations. It's actually a little bit sketchy. And the capitalists don't like it either. Well, let's do it anyway. What I should probably do is some sort of foreign... religious plots. I check our security report over here. Security effectiveness is poor. We need some wiretapping. Hang on, before we do anything else. Maybe police drones. Wow, we really don't have a lot of political capital. Intelligence services. Just crank that up. We still have organized crime, huh? Wow, did we ever? Intelligence services. Oh, that's going to be unpopular with the liberals, though. Well, that's the problem. Anything with security is going to be unpopular with the liberals. Let's max out the wiretapping. Screw it. I gotta stay alive. How's my cabinet doing? Not too bad. Not great, but not too bad. No! Why is it so hard to be an evil robot overlord? Curses! Foiled again. Well, alright, I think that's going to wrap up our Democracy 3 segment of the live stream. 2 failures in a row, one's economic, one that. I like Democracy 3. The thing is, it's easy to sort of win, in a sense. Once you've been sort of spoilered about how everything works, you can certainly build something in such a way that you'll always get reelected. But it's way more fun to come up with a theme, and then stick to that theme instead of min-maxing things. We weren't slow enough. Twice, we were just too obvious with the robot conversion process. We had to figure out, we have to lower maybe more religious things or increase security or something. It was going pretty well. Our economy was fantastic. We probably just needed to put in some more intelligence services a little bit sooner to protect ourselves from the crazies. But, them's the break sometimes. Oh. Fare thee well, Robot God King of Canada. We hardly knew thee. All right, we're gonna take a short break. I think when we come back, we're gonna do some. We're gonna try some multiplayer stuff again. So we'll probably do some League of Legends ARAMs. Make sure you're patched. Make sure you got an account on the North American server. And actually, I'm not patched, so I'm gonna go do that now while I take a break. Fill up some more coffee. Empty some other things. See you in a minute. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, leave a comment. Did you know I read every single comment someone leaves on my video? That's insane. Why would I do that? I don't know, but I'll read yours.